got way better after Saturday Night Live.
I got way better after Saturday Night Live.
Right. You even said you got married and you had to go to work because you had no dating going on. So now you had to sublimate and go to work.
Sublimate.
True.
You had some energy.
Okay.
Right. We could stay home with your wife.
Might as well work.
But here you were famous and you went and got married, and that was a mistake, wasn't it?
No.
She's not listening to this.
Oh, she's up.
Uh-oh. Let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
I always read in the paper. You're always out with Seinfeld. That's your buddy.
Yeah.
You're out with this guy, that guy, the other thing. You're at every party, every opening. You love to get out.
I socialize.
Right. You love to socialize, and you love women. There's no
Who
question.
doesn't like women?
Everyone loves women,
Except
for a school teacher.
Yeah, the guy we talked to this morning.
Right. Some old queen who's mad at me.
Right.
So the thing is that you now, I guess, it's very difficult for you. You've gotten even more famous. And it's difficult, isn't it, when women are throwing themselves at you?
Nah, it's fine.
Oh, there must be such a great story here.
Sure.
I wish we could,
they throw themselves at you.
Yes, they do.
And the ones that throw themselves at you are whores.
Well, maybe
I mean that in a good sense.
Right, they're ready to have sex.
So you know they're ready to go.
They're ready to have sex.
Women that throw themselves at me sometimes are a little more educated.
They make you work for us.
They think he'd be a good husband.
Yeah,
but
right.
It's
a whole different story. Yeah.
This is
sure
only going to
thing.
take 5 minutes.
That's it, and I'm done.
So you have actually way more temptation.
Right, so I understand your temptation.
Guys.
I'm not sitting and putting you down for the fact that...
I think what I'm seeing or hearing
you're
here
at scores. And
is that whole...
When you go into the champagne room,
Oh, it's champagne and flowers.
Yeah, it could really happen.
You want to go to Scores?
He's not at Scores.
Yeah,
all right, I'll invite you the next time I go. You need it, I think. You got a problem.
I think the married thing, it was a very big shock to him.
Yes.
That you're supposed to, stay
home. You're not good marriage material. You'll admit that. In fact, in this new CD, you do make references to women that I think are sort of hidden messages about what's going on in their personal life.
Yeah. Why you play it backwards? Help me!
Yeah, because
I want a date.
Chris did a bit in his HBO special that it is a bit about how women are always thanked for everything they do. The kids are like, Mom, here's a Mother's Day card.
There's songs written.
Yeah. I was my kids didn't even get me a Father's Day card.
Really?
Yeah.
You when he did it.
Yeah, I was sitting there laughing, almost crying. So you're talking about how women, gee, Mom, thanks for making dinner. Mom, thanks for being home when I come home. My kids are so grateful. Chris goes, what about a guy? How about thanks for the electricity in the house?
And the roof.
Thanks for the roof over my head. How come you never hear anybody thanking Dad, writing a song about Dad?
Never.
Never happens. Guys tattooing Mom on their arm.
Papa was a Rolling Stone. That's it.
Yeah, that's the only one.
That's all Dad gets.
Yeah,
you never get a thank you.
Whenever they flash to the guy on the football field, "Hi, Mom," is what he said.
Yeah. What about Dad? It's such a great bit. It really cut right through me.
Nobody cares about Dad.
That's right. So the point is...
What's the point, Howard?
I'm not even sure what the point is. First of all, you'll be hosting the MTV Video Music Awards. That's fun.
Yeah, you going to come?
I don't know. What would I do there? I'm not going to sit in the audience. I'll look like a jerk.
You don't want to sit in the audience, but
I already did the fart man
got
thing.
A book coming out or something to push?
Nah. In fact, I got a weird thing going on. I don't want to do any TV shows or anything. So Larry King called the other day. And I sure as hell ain't going to do that.
He called me the other day, too.
Yeah, well, Dr. Sarno, who I went to, who cured me of back pain and everything else, is going to be a guest, so they were asking me if I would be.
Oh, it's one of those medical shows where he likes to have a round table.
See, but I can't refuse Dr. Sarno because the guy really helped me.
So you're going to do that?
I don't know.
Back pain's really bad.
Yeah. You got back pain?
No, I don't, but people swear. One time I picked up Chris Farley, just a big hug. I hadn't seen him in a month or whatever. And
boom.
Yeah. About 3 months, horrible back pain.
Yeah, and that's sort of psychosomatic. Once you feel something back there, I'm telling you.
Working on it.
There's nothing wrong with your back, but it's a whole thing that this guy cured me of, because I had back pain for years. Turns out the back pain was in my head. So, I owe the dude. I can't just turn him down, so.
I told you about that at Larry King's show where they were talking about prostate cancer, and he had Bob Dole and Robert Goulet and some other people, and they're all sitting there talking about how they had to wear, leg bags.
Yeah, how about Bob Dole admitting he uses Viagra? That takes some balls.
He's a ballsy guy.
I feel like he's kind of a brave guy. I don't think I'd admit that I can't get it up.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to know that.
That doesn't mean he can't get it up. Maybe
Sure
he
does.
wants to get it up harder.
No, he can't get it up.
No, he had a problem.
He has a big problem.
We all got a problem.
The genitals are as limp as that arm. I'm telling you, he's got a real problem.
Oh, you mean he can't have sex with Elizabeth Dole and he's got a problem. There's something wrong with him.
Maybe that's it. Give him a young girl. He won't need Viagra.
Elizabeth Dole's all spread out. Ooh, nothing's happening. Something's wrong with me.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you had a point there.
I appreciated about Chris's rap the other night was he said, you know, a lot of this stuff that we went through with the impeachment and everything was Hillary's fault.
Right.
Nobody has said that. I thought that was brilliant.
First lady, supposed to be the first one down there.
Yeah, she should beat Monica Lewinsky to the punch.
She should already be there.
Yeah.
Getting other girls, you know.
Yeah, people want to talk to you and everything. Let me do that. And then I've got some notes on you. I want to ask you a couple of questions about some things I heard. Pete, you're on the air.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, Chris Rock is somehow from Georgetown, South Carolina, and when he was down here, the mayor refused to give him the key to the city. I was wondering if he was about that or not.
Yeah, I read about that.
How are you from there?
Why were you not pissed? I guess the mayor or somebody said, well, his act is dirty. We can't sort of...
I could have cared less.
You don't care. What do you care about some key?
Key to the city, come on.
Yeah, good.
Well, I heard that she wouldn't give a nigger the key to the city because he was afraid that he'd steal everything.
Excuse me?
Oh, man.
Here we go.
Nice guy.
Take it easy, Chris.
Oh, man.
Kiss my ass.
You got to put up with that. You have to put up with that. You have to. It's like high school all over again.
It's high school.
No matter how successful you get.
We had the chance.
Back then.
We could have them.
Well, that kind of ruined that.
Wow.
I'm afraid to take another one.
Really?
Hi, Will. You're on the air.
Hey, Howard. Chris, you are the man. I have
Thank
nothing
you.
bad to say about you, buddy. You're the funniest guy in the world.
And you're not going to now say the word, are you?
Oh, no.
No.
Okay.
Now he's got nothing to say. Dumbfounded.
Maybe for that guy Chris Tucker, I might say that.
Oh, dear.
Just kidding.
Well, I don't think you should say that to anyone, but okay. Hey, thanks. I mean, I think. I'm not sure.
What the hell?
And
every time I come here, the calls are the sickest calls.
What do you want from me?
I realize these people
It's
are
like
out
they
there.
squeeze out any nice thing.
No, that guy had something nice to say. He said, you're the man. He thinks you're great.
Okay.
All right.
That was the most normal call I've ever gotten here.
Yeah, I was happy to see it.
We're not responsible for these.
Right.
Yeah, I want to make that clear. Miguel, you're on line 19. Or Mike.
Hey, what's up, man?
Right.
Hey, don't let this Chris Rock fool you, man. He's a little swinger, man.
He's a swinger?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What do you know?
Uh-oh.
Man, I know everybody. Let me just tell you something, man. He's turning down supermodels.
He's turning down
Turn them
supermodels.
down.
Well, if he's turning them down, then
That's a good thing.
Now, Chris, you do date supermodels, right?
No,
you could be.
I've never dated a supermodel.
Really?
Oh, man.
Why are you saying bull? What do you know? Why would the guy lie?
Well, you had a chick on your show not too long ago. She used to date Spike Lee and Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been getting with her, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
That'll stump you.
That was Veronica Webb.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never
Well, okay,
Yeah.
her.
Veronica Webb.
I didn't have
I'm on the show denying.
I, on the other hand, will be with Veronica Webb.
The moment you have to say the name, you're
Right.
in trouble.
You're in big trouble. And
Yeah.
you probably get this all the time. Now, your wife probably says this to you all the time, because if you're out all the time, she probably says, well, what are you doing when you're out?
I got the cell phone nearby, and it's always on.
Is she resentful that you go out without her? Do you like to be on your own?
I don't go out without her a lot.
Right. So you do go out with her.
I go out with her.
And you don't mind going out with her?
No,
it's fine.
It's fine.
I can't figure out what's going on
I
here.
would love to know.
I think we have to interview his penis.
Stand on your hand.
Well, there is something up. Why do I read all these things in the paper that you're now separated?
I'm not separated.
Will you ever?
Robin,
All right, raise your right hand. Were you ever separated? Ever?
I was not separated.
Even for a minute?
You have to get this a legal procedure that you have to go through to even
so
get
you're
separated.
legally married.
You're legally married and you're not separated. And are you not living in hotels now?
No.
You're not living in
No.
You're not living in a hotel?
You live in L.A.?
No, I live in New York.
You live in New York.
I live in New York.
There's something going on.
Yeah, I'm beginning to see there's a fine line here. We have to...
Right. All right, let's continue with the phone calls. Bill, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah.
How you doing, Howard? How's it going?
By the way, Chris's biggest influence in comedy was the great Sam Kinison and Eddie Murphy.
Yes.
And you said Sam's the only guy who really took it to the edge. And that is the truth.
The best.
I'll tell you why I thought Sam was so great, and this story sums it up. And I have a million Sam Kinison stories as you do. But there was one time Sam came on, and he had been sober for 28 days. And I turned to him and I said, Sam, you're so much funnier when you're drunk. And he says, that's it. Went out.
We talked in the day before, and you said he came in drunk.
Yeah, he said, I'm here drunk. I had it all licked.
Howard.
I was sober.
I had a 30-day chip in my hand.
Yeah, he says, but I know I'm funnier drunk.
Oh, God.
Now, during the taping of your HBO special, which is now a CD, to me, the guy took it to the, he took it to, there was no limit.
He didn't spare.
Wow.
Himself, even.
Sam, really take you over the edge. You want to get that movie career going.
I didn't say I was proud of that story. I just, it just shows you. Yeah.
That's it.
Usually people say to me, you'd be a lot funnier on I go, well, I just don't do that.
Don't you remember the time he missed 2 other appearances on Joan Rivers and
I remember that.
That was so great.
Show?
He was on my show, and he got so loaded that he passed out, and he told Joan Rivers he ate bad Chinese food, and he couldn't come on the show. And then he canceled Letterman.
Yeah, he couldn't make it.
Those were the last days.
Those were the last days.
Those were definitely the last days.
The last sad days. But he was brilliant.
He was incredible.
Did you ever see a guy who could get up on stage with almost no preparation and make people laugh?
Get off the plane and, sometimes they put the oxygen on him. He'd be so, he'd be so high. He was babbling and they'd give him pure oxygen. He'd wake up and then they'd just push him out there.
I went to see him at Westbury Music Fair, so I caught the first show because I got to go to bed early. So I go to the first show, and Sam's already taking pills and drinking. Hey, dude, shut up. Shut up, I'm talking. About the late, great Sam Kinison. Pills, drinking, he had heart medication, God knows what he was on. And he barely got through the first show. Second show, he goes out, and he can't even talk.
Right.
People are booing him, throwing stuff at him.
He went back to the limo.
Yeah.
Between shows.
He went back to the limo.
He went to the limo.
Yeah.
The limo.
I said,
you can't drink in L.A. after 2 o'clock.
He found a way.
Call
the limo
to his house.
The limo.
That's right.
All right.
Empty out the bar. Get out of here!
But you really couldn't be around him more than an hour because it would get annoying.
Yeah,
it was hard to
very
take.
Farley-like.
Yes. Yeah. Did you go to the funeral?
Yeah, I was at the Chris Farley funeral, yes.
Good funeral? I mean, you hung out with a lot of cool people?
As far as funerals goes, yeah.
Is it fun to go to a celebrity funeral? I've never been to one.
No, it's really sad.
But, I mean, you get to hang out with other celebrities. Like, who did you sit next to at the Farley
Who
funeral?
did I sit next to?
Norm Macdonald, or?
Who did I sit next to? It wasn't Phil Hartman, I think.
No, yeah, he's gone, too. Did you like Phil? You like Phil.
I like Phil.
How could you not like him? Right.
2 dead friends in the last.
It's weird.
It's really weird. I almost did a comedy record on my album about Chris Farley, kind of like a parody of the Puffy thing, and go, hey, Puffy, my fat friend died,
Oh,
too.
That's funny. Oh, that's funny.
I chickened out.
Yeah, you would have caught some crap for that. But that's a funny idea.
Yeah, see?
Why did you chicken out?
Who needs it? And, I know his mother. And,
all right. I get
People
that.
to answer to.
Yeah.
So you actually know some restraint.
I definitely know some restraint.
Yeah. But you definitely take risks. I mean, you do. You take risks.
That's what me.
I would imagine black people were mad at you about the first special because you were really, because they weren't.
Nah.
Now, I noticed on this special,
Right.
the entire audience in the lower floor, not the balcony, was black.
Except Jerry Seinfeld's like in the corner.
Somewhere.
We
We never saw him. Now, was that done purposely? Like, in other words, black people used to have to sit in the balcony, so now all the white people were in the balcony?
It's at the Apollo. What do you want? It's the Apollo.
No, but I had a white friend who was dying to go. He's a huge fan of yours, and he went, and they would only he could only get seats in the balcony.
He was ushered up to the balcony.
And the buzzword was only real people could sit in the audience, and that industry would go up in the balcony.
Industry was in the balcony.
I think industry means white people.
Yeah.
Because that's what's in the industry.
You know who controls everything.
So there was no conspiracy there.
There was no conspiracy.
I haven't uncovered something.
No.
All right. I can't blame you if you did that, but what can I say? Yeah. So what did you want to say, dude?
Hey, how you doing?
That's it?
Oh no, I just.
Oh. All right, that's a nice call. By the way, the Jews had to sit on the roof of the Apollo during the.
Howard said that. I did not say that.
What can I do for you?
Am I on?
Yes.
Oh, Rock, you are the greatest, man.
Thank you.
It's great how you just like knock on your own people. I think it's great.
Your own people.
No,
What if he's
don't
just
take it
pointing-
like that? It's just like you just make it more real.
He's keeping it real.
Yeah, up in the field, right?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I think that was a compliment.
Every
to go.
compliment I get, I gotta like sit through it.
Sift through it to
I gotta
find the
like,
good part.
okay,
Yeah.
maybe.
Hey, And you have a lot of famous friends, because I'm always reading about you with famous people. Seinfeld.
I'm in a business.
Right, okay, take it easy.
You and Imus might hang out.
Yeah, that's going to happen sometime soon.
All the radio guys.
If I was in your business, I would hang out with cool people.
I hang out with comedians.
I'm in the radio business. Who am I going to hang out with? Cousin Brucey?
Yeah.
Who discusses toupee?
That would be fun.
Right. Like you have lunch with Spike Lee today, right?
Yeah, I do.
That's a very powerful.
He doesn't like us.
Yeah, he doesn't like us, but
Well, Spike doesn't like anybody.
You're right. It's very negative.
Yeah, it's always negative.
Can I come to the lunch?
Yeah.
I
love it.
I'll skip that one. Because I don't like his film.
Who do you have lunch with?
I don't.
You're never seen anywhere.
I swear to you, I go home.
I see you jogging every now and then.
Right.
I won't even say where.
Right.
But I
like, there's a lot of places you can jog in New York.
Yeah, I see you jogging.
Right.
But
all right, your wife is on the phone?
No, that's not possible.
That's what it says. Chris's wife is on the phone. Hold on, sir. Wait
God.
Is this for real? Hello?
Hi.
Is that your wife?
Yes, I am.
Nah,
I think so.
Is it your wife?
He doesn't even know. Well, it has been a while since you talked to her.
Hello.
What's your name?
Yeah, I guess that's her.
Really?
That's your wife?
Oh, God.
What is your name?
My name is Malak.
Is that your wife?
Is that your wife, Chris?
Yes. It is.
Oh, Malak.
That's very nice.
How are you?
Just fine.
What's your problem?
Who?
Who's?
You, Robin.
What did I do?
Why are you talking about my marriage? What's the problem?
I'm just asking questions. That's what I do.
I can't believe that you made...
I didn't make anybody do anything.
No.
What do you, don't get it.
No.
Well, Malak, what's going on? Are you guys married or not?
We're married. I said we're married.
Malak?
I just called to remind my husband to pick up the groceries on his way home.
Oh, okay.
I've seen pictures of you, honey. You're very, very sexy.
Thank you, Howard.
And are you guys living together?
Yeah. How is that her? I can't.
You don't even know
believe,
your own wife.
I can't believe anything.
Are you really Chris's wife? Ask her a question only she would know.
I can't.
Ask her her mother's name. What is your mother's name? Honey, turn off the radio. She hung
That's
up.
not your wife.
That wasn't. No, that wasn't. The groceries. I'm like sitting here like, no.
I think that was his wife.
I don't think so.
How could you not know?
How do you not know your wife's
We'd
voice?
be debating this.
I like that because it's your show.
What do you want from me? I don't know what your wife sounds like.
I wouldn't call up a radio show.
Why don't you ask her her middle name?
She's gone.
She hung up. He doesn't know her middle name.
He doesn't know her voice.
I am very confused.
All right, let's continue.
Okay, it's all a beard. I'm.
All right. That would be a lot easier to explain. Joe, you're on the air.
Easier to explain, wouldn't it?
It's funny you call your childhood like Vietnam. I call my childhood like Vietnam. It's very strange that you say that. I said it's the Holocaust. I sit there with my shrink. I go, it was the Holocaust. It was as bad. I said I'd rather be gassed than go through the humiliation of what I went through my entire life. Let's cry.
Let's hold hands.
It's a drag being an outcast.
I had a Pippin story to tell.
I know. It's a drag being an outcast, though. Did you pray to be white at any time? And I don't mean to say that. See, I used to pray to be black because it would have been so much easier. I would have had girlfriends. I could have fit in. You know what I mean?
I never prayed to be.
Really? I would say, man, if I was black, all my problems would be over. Because then I would be like everyone else.
Your problems would just be starting.
Well, I didn't know that then.
I didn't know that.
In my world, it was upside down. All right. What can I do for you?
Hi.
Hi.
I just want to say that his show, Chris, your show, was so funny this weekend.
Thank you.
Hey, not a problem. The next day, or that night, later on that evening, in the midst of making love with my wife, I'm thinking about that thing that you did about, how you ask your woman to do nasty things for you. And I started cracking up. And she's getting at me. And I like a...
Who's this guy?
Bob Guccione?
He's whispering like, what's the big secret?
I think it's the Mexican serial killer on the phone.
Oh,
Why did that guy turn himself in?
Well, the only reason we could figure out he turned himself in is that he... Excuse me, sir. I'm giving you a theory.
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of him. He creeps me out. He was a fan of yours, but I'm sorry.
We have to let him go.
So the only thing we can figure out is that the guy... First of all, he was in Mexico. They never would have extradited him.
And he was a Mexican citizen.
Right, because Mexicans don't believe in the death penalty. They never would have sent him over here. So he was free and clear. The only thing we can think of is he was afraid, he said, of the FBI coming to get him.
They couldn't do that.
And that if he turned himself in, his family would get the reward money, and that way he'd be able. He figured he'd get caught anyway, and if he turned himself in, his family, a serial killer who worries about his family having money.
That's a good serial.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm kind of feeling bad for him.
I didn't want him to kill anybody else, but you know, it'd been good for my show, my TV show, if he was still on the loose.
Yeah, right.
At least throughout the season.
You see a few bits about that.
Yeah,
right. It's good for you personally.
You know, but
my best guess.
See him? He's a midget practically.
Yeah, I know.
This guy's.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
part of the whole Latin invasion.
My best.
Him, Jennifer Lopez, Ricky Martin.
My best guess is, though, why he turned himself in is he's stupid.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I think.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, did you have any theories on
I
this?
had no. He turned himself in?
Yeah.
Was he nuts?
You don't do that.
I would never.
Yeah, there was just another guy that they finally extradited back to the United States from Mexico, and the Mexicans would only extradite him if the prosecutor said they would not go for the death penalty.
Right.
So this guy could have at least avoided the death penalty.
No, he's gonna die.
Yeah, he's gonna die. Oh,
he's a dead man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they got fingerprints and DNA evidence in 8 of the murders.
Hey, OJ, they had it too.
Right.
Oh, then he could get off.
Right.
Here's a quote I read about
Johnny
you.
on it.
You prefer doing Leno rather than Letterman. Because, now I've detected this too. Leno will kiss your ass.
Yes, he will.
He will. Letterman, sometimes in the middle, makes me feel like he's mad at me.
Me too.
Yeah. And I feel like he's angry or upset with what I'm doing, and I'm just there trying to make his show good.
What is he angry about?
I don't know, but you get that also, right?
I also get that. Yeah, I mean,
but why?
I didn't bring it up, but yeah, I gotta agree with you. Yeah.
The guy makes $14 million a year.
Well, you know, when you do Leno, you know, Leno actually makes you feel like a famous person for a minute.
Right. You feel like you're important.
Like I'm in show business. I'm in Hollywood. And
it's fun.
And it's an honor to have you.
But I guess I'm loyal to Letterman because he was the first one to put me on nationally.
He's funny.
And he's funny. And I always get disappointed, though, because it seems to me like he's upset with what I'm doing.
You always seem to be working really hard.
Yeah, I work really hard on the Letterman show.
And I won't do it anymore. It's not that I don't do any of those shows anymore, but unless I have something to promote. But, I mean, I put so much into it. Yeah. I prepare. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing.
And it seems a little bit easier to do the Tonight Show.
Well, it's way easier.
Yeah. Although when I did the lesbians kissing on there,
Leno got a little.
Oh, he stopped taping.
Really?
First time it ever happened, and the last time it ever happened. He stopped taping and said he walked off the show.
Really?
Yeah. Siskel and Ebert, me, and the 2 lesbians are sitting on the couch, and I'm like, uh-oh, I think this is really serious. And I'm thinking I'm doing great television.
It was great television.
It was fun.
Now, wasn't as funny as you on the Magic Johnson show.
Well, that was the best.
That was.
Yeah, that's my classic.
Where can we get that tape?
That tape's available on my website.
Please.
No, I mean, that is fun. I love doing the Magic Johnson. I love the Magic Johnson show.
We were trying to keep it on.
There was nothing better.
There was nothing.
You got to get a tape with Snoop on this show and you on the Magic show.
I could sell
Just
that.
for Christmas.
That's the compilation tape.
In time for Christmas.
Yeah, I love doing that show.
Oh.
Magic was wrestling with the English language. I mean, it was just great.
It was great.
It was great. We're farting. I didn't know what was going on.
You came out of vacation to do the Magic show.
Yeah. You know what? I got to tell you the truth. I walked up there. I said, "Now I know why they call him Magic Johnson. Why they call him Magic Johnson? He's magic." I went on that show. He made me funny. I love that guy. So, but you find it difficult. I guess what I'm trying to say about Letterman is that there are times it seems like he's mad at me for being outrageous, but maybe he thinks that's what he's supposed to do to make me funny, but it makes you lose confidence.
It doesn't seem like it's the line.
Yeah, it seems, and I know he's been doing 11:30 for a while, but it seems like an 11:30 Dave.
Yeah.
As opposed to the 12:30
relaxed Dave.
12:30 Dave was really relaxed.
Yeah, and he didn't care.
He had sneakers on.
Right.
11:30 Dave. Whoa.
I told him not to go to 11:30 to pay. And look, but it's got to him off that Leno is basically doing the same show and getting higher ratings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
It's got to. Yeah.
It's got to. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Want to get a couple more phone calls?
Can't get on Letterman again.
I'm not getting on Letterman. I'm just making observations. I want to get on someone. Get on Kathy Lee.
Oh.
You go on that show?
Do you do that show? Regis and Kathy?
I've done it a few times.
Yeah. He can do that show.
That's nice.
Oh, she doesn't have a problem with you?
Nah.
She's got a fake laugh.
I think she's afraid.
She doesn't have a problem.
Then why doesn't she have a problem with you?
He's a black man.
That's white. She has a problem with me because I'm a white man. I'm tired of being a white man.
You got to be, when you have a problem with a black man, you got to be specific.
Right.
Or else people think you're racist.
Does she kiss you on the lips?
No.
She doesn't.
No.
Does she shake her hand?
Interesting.
She had like a $50,000 watch on last time I was there. I talked about it the whole time.
That's Frank's apology watch. Baby, I love you. Isn't it weird when Frank got caught in the hotel room with the woman?
What, did you see the woman?
Yeah, big boobs. Nothing great, but for Frank, it's pretty good.
But he did the right thing. Like, if you're going to, not that anything's the right thing, but how could you? Oh, and I see how.
Right. Because
totally different from Kathy Lee.
Oh, yeah. Because what was the first thing he asked for? He goes, let me have sex with you.
Yes.
Right. So you know, Kathy...
Totally getting what he couldn't get at home.
Right.
She couldn't really...
And she turned Frank down. She didn't want anal sex. I felt bad for the guy.
But I don't know. I couldn't tell if she didn't want anal sex ever or
just
not
because
tonight.
The cameras were on?
Yeah, and plus Giff was like...
Yeah, she did the cameras on, too. Like, normally I would take it in the ass, but today I'm going to be a lady.
Yeah, today I'm a lady. I don't do that kind of stuff.
I'm a lady. I don't do that one on camera. They're not paying me that much.
And you know what? She just said to Frank, please, we're on camera. Yeah, but the thing is...
I didn't powder my ass.
Right. I'm not ready for that angle. No, the weird thing is that even if you're going to ask a woman for don't like start off that way.
That's not the first thing you do.
It's
work her into it.
That's the thing that either happens or doesn't.
And he was so great because after he was done, he goes, "Oh, I wish I could stay, but I have an appointment. I wish I could stay. The next time we have to spend more time together." No guy wants to stay in a room after he's finished. Who's that? Who's that on the phone?
Is that your wife again?
That's his wife, I bet.
Probably.
Let me see. Go check in and see who it is. All right.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, honey?
Hello?
Pick up the groceries.
No.
All right.
It's not her. It's Letterman. Right?
All right, take a couple more phone calls. Chris will be hosting the MTV Video Music Awards.
Yes.
They pay you for that?
A little bit.
They never pay anybody. I don't know how they get away with that. Why don't you ask him for some money?
You know what my favorite thing that happened to him? Was it last year or the year before? He took the Emmy from Billy Crystal.
Yeah, thank you for that, by the way.
Billy Crystal would have gotten that Emmy.
Billy's so pompous. Yeah, thank you for that. I meant to thank you for that. I mean, really. I don't need to hear his rap on show business. Beautiful. What'd you say at the Emmy? Who'd you thank? Did you thank God?
I thanked Kennison and Carlin and Richard Pryor. And,
right. Oh, that was good. You hang with Billy Crystal?
No, not really. I sat next to him at a Knick game. Years ago.
I got to go do that Knick thing.
You got to do the Knick thing, Howard. Yeah. You got to take advantage of everything you can right now.
Yeah, I don't care about the game. I just care about
being seen.
Seeing, if I sit with Chris and Seinfeld, hang out.
Sandler, Woody.
Yeah, Sandler and I. Sandler hates me,
Really?
Yeah. And, because I badmouth his movie. His movies suck. I mean, let's be honest.
Actually, I got to say
it's true, but don't say it.
Don't say that. No,
the best I've ever enjoyed Sandler.
You saw the new one? The new one's great.
Really?
The new one's really good.
But the only time I've
Then
ever
why are you rolling your eyes?
I'm not rolling my eyes. My best friend,
I'm trying
man.
to give you a compliment. The only time I've ever really enjoyed Adam Sandler was when he was on your show, on the HBO show.
Oh, that was great. Yeah, when he was talking about his herpes and how it acts up 2 times a year. That was great. That was great. I got to admit, that was real funny.
Good on that show.
I don't hate the guy or anything. I mean, I just said, look, his movies suck, and I can't explain why they're doing well, and neither can you. And let's be honest, that's what you say in private.
Fine motion pictures, Howard.
But I'm saying it for you. So I got on a plane, and he was sitting behind me with his buddy. They had the baseball caps turned backwards. They were really sort of enjoying being famous. And the friend was being famous because he was with Adam.
Yeah, he's a famous friend.
And it was so awkward because he wouldn't talk to me, and I wouldn't talk to him. And I felt like it was, high school all over again.
You guys need to patch it up.
Well, not
Never
really.
even had a falling out.
I very rarely go anywhere, so it was a fluke that I ran into him.
He once wound up on a plane with Kathy Lee. That was the best.
And Giff.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God. So embarrassed.
That was the best.
It was so awkward.
I'm scared of bumping into Hillary. That's my big fear.
Yeah.
And she got it in for you? Because of the HBO special?
Yeah.
Yeah, she might be mad about that.
She might be mad about that.
Don't worry about it. I don't know.
But it's fun when you have that happen, right? A nice 6-hour plane ride.
Yeah. And Giff has like big manly hands and a big football ring. I'm going, this guy is what, like 70-something years old? He could kick my
Oh, yeah.
And he might get up and just kick my He's so mad at me for goofing on Kathy Lee. And then I'm saying, well, let's say I get up and kick his and I beat up an old man.
Yeah,
right, you can't win.
I'm not going to win. And I was just like, oh, no.
Then the stewardess with the big walks by.
This ain't HBO, bro.
Oh, okay.
Take a couple more phone calls.
I heard the T word on The View the other day.
Yeah, they use the T word, and they're not going to find.
It gets out there every now and then.
I know, and they're not going to find the show. The FCC is going to only find me for that kind of stuff. I don't even say that. Sharif, you're on the air.
Sharif.
What's up, Howard?
As in Omar Sharif.
As in Sharif, that's right, man. How's it going?
All right.
Chris, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Sharif?
We're calling from Toronto, man. We're big fans of you over here, both of you guys, Howard and Chris, man.
What can we do for you?
What's that? I wanted to ask Chris what hip-hop artist he likes.
Oh, get out of here with that. Who cares?
Where do you think you are?
What do you think you are? What do you think this is?
My mouth is opened up like...
What hip-hop artist do you like?
Snoop when he's on this show.
Right. Me too. John, you're on the air.